Alright, well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Lost Alice. So, I think today is chapter 4, so here we go. Alright, read the story. Yep, I was right, chapter 4. The Queen of Hearts is summoning me? All I could do was tilt my head at the unfamiliar name. Even Al, the white rabbit, didn't seem to know why she wanted to see me. I can't leave you on your own, so I'll accompany you to the Castle of Heart, Mitchie. Kyle's voice was unwavering. His cheerful expression didn't falter, but his decision was already made. Even if I were to protest, I was fairly certain he wouldn't take no for an answer. As Wonderland's guide, it is my responsibility to protect you, my Alice. My Alice? Luke furrowed his brows as he repeated Kyle's words in a low voice. Of course I'm not Kyle. I'm not even Alice. Al blinked unexpectedly as I promptly refuted Kyle's claim. Ah, what's wrong, Al? Come to think of it, the Queen asked me to bring the Cheshire Cat along with you, Alice. Is that so? Kyle seemed surprised as he narrowed his eyes. Why does Kyle have to come? Because he's the guide. He's supposed to stay by your side. 9 parts, okay. It would be extremely rude of me to decline the Queen of Hearts invitation, wouldn't it? Regardless of how you feel about it, I'll be going with you. When Kyle winked playfully, If you want to come with me, Kyle, go right ahead. I cast a quick glance at Kyle before speaking offhandedly. You don't mind? Kyle's eyes widened in disbelief as he sought confirmation. Not at all. I laughed smugly as I gazed into his amethyst-colored eyes. I won't let you toy with me. Good. That makes me want to be with you even more. Kyle's eyes narrowed as he smiled in amusement. My words seemed to have pleased him, which left me somewhat confused. I wonder why. I think I've come to enjoy our bantering. Maybe he's corrupting me? He smiled wearily, contemplating how I was enjoying the situation. Luke watched our interaction, sighing heavily with disappointment. I can't go. It's almost time for the tea party. The tea party? Luke knitted his brows and was seemingly reluctant as he chose his words carefully. I get the feeling it's not like he's eager to go with us. Rather, he just doesn't want to leave us alone together. At least, that's the impression I'm getting. Even now, Luke continued to glare at Kyle with unbridled contempt. If Luke is so opposed to the idea of Kyle and I being together, he should come with us. Is the tea party so high on his list of priorities? Hurry, hurry, the Queen is waiting. Al was hopping up and down as he urged us to hurry, probably frustrated that nobody was getting ready to go. Okay, Al, we'll leave right away. Good, follow me. We left Kyle's house, following Al, who hopped as if sprinting. The Castle of Heart. As Al guided us, we first encountered a winding topiary and the deep-colored roses that grew there. This was followed by an impressive castle with a red roof and steeple, atop which flew red and white flags that flapped in the wind. The castle was a rather stylish building, decorated with hearts everywhere. I studied the grandeur in awe, but just as we were about to enter, I sensed something strange. The guard soldiers protecting the castle, every last one of them, were focusing their eyes on Kyle. What eyes? They're covered. They didn't speak, nor did they try to block our path. Kyle? Did you do something? They all seem weary of you. I tried to keep my voice down as I spoke, but Kyle seemed not to care. Yeah. I wonder why. Perhaps the Queen doesn't like cats. Kyle was aloof as always, so it was difficult to tell if he had any idea of what was going on. Oh, well, let's go. I let out a small sigh to regroup before proceeding forward. Like the outside of the castle, the throne room was decorated with lots of hearts. The space was opulent and beautiful, but also exuded a graceful dignity. Guard soldiers were lined up throughout the throne room, and beyond that, sitting on the throne was a woman wearing a red dress, who was no doubt the Queen of Hearts. On top of her face was the top half of her face was hidden by the intricate lace veil she wore. The other thing that drew my attention was the cane she was holding. It was decorated with a crimson gemstone. The gemstone, of course, was shaped like a heart. Good day. It's nice of you two to join us. She looked at me through her veil. Her voice seemed to be filled with emotion. I am known as the Queen of Hearts. Thank you for coming all this way. Despite being the Queen, she radiated an air of kindness. It's not that far from Kyle's house, so it was no trouble at all. You're very kind. The Queen of Hearts smiled and tilted her head slightly in question. May I ask your name? The minute the question was voiced, a sense of uneasiness befell the throne room. Everyone aside from me and the Queen of Hearts reacted visibly. Your Highness. Kyle's face paled and his brows were knit. Oh boy. As for Al, he looked to be cringing as his whole body trembled. I was confused by everyone's reaction, but I looked straight at the Queen of Hearts and gave her my name. My name is Mitchie. The Queen's lips formed a gentle smile. Well, it is a pleasure meeting you, Mitchie. Yes, likewise. Here was another person willing to call me by my own name. The small truth filled me with immense relief. Your Highness, that's highly irresponsible, don't you think? I'm afraid you're forgetting your duty. Kyle maintained the smile on his face as he chastised the Queen for her remark. This is Wonderland, so Alice should be called Alice. Don't you agree? Rather than agreeing with his words, the Queen of Hearts seemed to cajole or even chastise him. She's not Alice, she's Mitchie. Is there something wrong with that, Kyle? Do you have a problem with me calling by her real name? Kyle fell silent, making no move to deny her claim, which was spoken with an air of imperiousness. He didn't seem to be lost for words. It was more akin to resignation, as if he knew there was no point in arguing. He must have concluded it would just be a waste of time to argue, and decided to go with the flow. He didn't look all frustrated as though he were being made to swallow an argument. Do you and Kyle not get along? I stared at the Queen of Hearts and gave in to my curiosity. The animosity displayed toward Kyle by the card soldier was no doubt the Queen's doing. Judging from their current interaction, there was no love lost between the two. The Queen of Hearts seemed momentarily dumbfounded by my question. Her lips proceeded to form a weary smile, and she shook her head lightly. I wouldn't say that, although we're not particularly close. Kyle remained silent, keeping a small smile plastered on his face. Yes. In any case, Mitchie, let's talk about you. My card soldiers have informed me that you're searching for your way home. Yes, that's right. If you're having trouble remembering where you live, why don't you stay at the Castle of Heart for a while? What? Are you sure? My eyes widened in surprise at her unexpected question. The Queen of Hearts doesn't seem like a bad person. She even called me by my real name, Mitchie. I briefly considered accepting her proposal, but... No, Your Highness. Kyle put his arm around my waist and pulled me closer to him as he joined the conversation. It's my duty to guide her through Wonderland. You may be the Queen of Hearts, but it's a bit high-handed of you to usurp the roles of others, don't you think? While the Queen of Hearts remained silent, Kyle pressed on. I understand that you want to protect her. You want to put her in a safe cage and keep danger at bay. But she deserves to be set free. Let her roam the world as she sees fit. Kyle might have his own motives, but my only thought was, I wanted to make my own decisions. I didn't want to agree with him, but he had a point. I did want to stand on my own 2 feet. Thank you, Your Majesty. I thanked the Queen as I shoved Kyle away. At least now I was free. I'm very touched by your invitation, but I'm afraid I must decline. I would feel overwhelmed staying at such a luxurious castle. I want to hurry home so I don't have time to relax in a castle. I need to work on finding my way home. On my own, of course. The Queen of Hearts cast her eyes down for a moment before nodding her head in decision. All right, Mitchie. But if you ever need anything at all, don't hesitate to come to me for help. I won't. I smiled and returned her nod, moved by her generosity. The Queen of Hearts and I continued to chat with each other about how everything in Wonderland was new to me because I didn't remember anything, about how I was surrounded in town yesterday, and about the meal Kyle served me after he... Wait, didn't I feed Kyle? After he invited me to his house. All the while, the Queen listened in amusement. It was obvious she was enjoying our chat. Well, it's time for me to go. And now it was time to say goodbye. The Queen of Hearts squeezed my hand lightly and whispered in earnest, Listen carefully, Mitchie. What? Your wishes are likely never Wait, what? Your wishes will likely never concede with Kyle's motives, so please, be aware of the Cheshire Cat. I read the gravity in the tone of her voice. It served to convince me that she wasn't joking. There was something about Kyle. I had sensed there was more to him, but now that it was being confirmed, I found myself at a loss for words. Al. Oh, Al? Well, I was in a daze, furry paws. Anyways, the Queen noticed Al nervously rubbing his hands together. Are you trying to tell me you want to go with Mitchie? No, I'm happy to stay here. It's my duty to follow your orders, Your Highness. It's all right, Al. The Queen of Hearts smiled softly as she raised her heart-shaped cane and proclaimed in a singing-song voice. As the Queen of Hearts, I order you, White Rabbit, you are to accompany Mitchie. Do you understand? I'm entrusting you with her safety, all right? Upon receiving his orders, Al hopped and strained his spine. Yes, Your Highness, I'll do my best. The Queen of Hearts smiled at me upon hearing the determination in his reply. What do you mean? I'm losing my voice. What do you think, Mitchie? Do you mind if Al goes along with you? Not at all. One more person won't make a difference. I mean animal, or should I say animals? I have a feeling person is more fitting. Now that we were in agreement, the Queen smiled at me with a nod. During all that time, Kyle held his tongue, waiting for me to start walking. I finally bid the Queen farewell, and we left the castle behind. The 3 of us were walking after deciding it's best to head back. Kyle released a heavy exhale that sounded so deliberate it had me turning around to face him. I was perfectly happy to spend time alone with you, Mitchie. The White Rabbit is just in the way. I ignored Kyle's remark and continued to stare at him. Mitchie, what's wrong? I couldn't help but be bothered by the conversation between Kyle and the Queen in the throne room. Clear the air. Kyle, I'd really like to clear the air. Upon hearing my words, Kyle narrowed his eyes and smiled tightly. It appeared he understood my meaning. Do you think everything can be divided into black and white, Mitchie? No, I don't. But if I'm kept in the dark, how will I ever know who I can trust? Really? His voice was challenged as his smile grew wider. Do you need a reason to be able to trust someone? His words were mocking. He wasn't just speaking his mind. He was trying to sway my emotions. Al looked between me and Kyle, but couldn't say anything. Instead, he fidgeted his ears nervously. Yes, I carefully considered my reply. Saying that I trust someone without actually knowing them, it's like akin to handing over the reins of my feelings to someone else. That's not genuine trust. Kyle gave a single nod to my straightforward reply. All right, what is it you want to know? All right, yeah. Now it's time to challenge a checkpoint. Get your sugar point checked. Okay. Let's see. Special chance. Oh, okay. So that's what that was. Alright, looks like I have enough. Let's see, and continue. Cleared. Alright. Kyle, are you on my side? Or should I consider you a foe? I need you to be honest. My question left no room for misunderstandings. Kyle smiled sadly and returned my gaze as he spoke. Despite everything, I'd like to think I'm on your side. Huh? His voice held no hint of humor or amusement. His reaction was so unexpected. I'm sorry, Kyle. True, many of Kyle's actions were shrouded in mystery, but he never stood in my way. He even took me into town and gave me a place to stay. He was helping me search for my way home. It was rude of me to come right out and ask if he was a foe. I took a deep breath to calm myself. Hey, can I ask you one more question? Go ahead. Is Wonderland the name of the land ruled by the Queen of Hearts? Ah, you've forgotten everything about Wonderland, haven't you? This whole world is Wonderland. This world has other monarchs besides the Queen of Hearts. In fact, I have some business to take care of, so why don't we head to the Chess Kingdom? The Chess Kingdom? Of course, the name didn't stir any memory. There might be some clue to finding your way home. Shall I take your hand, Mitchie? I think I'll pass. Kyle let out an amused chuckle when I shook my head. Kyle proceeded to guide me to our new destination. The three of us, Kyle, Al, and I, arrived in a part of the Chess Kingdom called the City of Light. This land is ruled by the Chess King. It's right next to the land ruled by the Queen of Hearts. Next to the City of Light is the City of Sorrow, and there's a castle situated right on the border. Wow, so the City of Light and the City of Sorrow are both castle towns. I nodded as I listened to Al's description and took in the City of Light. Just as its name suggested, the city's streets were primarily white, and the overall atmosphere was radiant, if not flamboyant. I wonder if my house is in this world. I started walking aimlessly, hoping to find something that would lead me to the road home. Despite searching fervently, I didn't recognize any of the buildings. I tried talking to people we passed on the street, but no one seemed to recognize me. I had yet to discover anything useful, and exhaustion was starting to catch up with me when... Ah, Kyle, you're here. A man approached us, or Kyle, I should say. Upon hearing the man's voice, Al nervously straightened his spine. Well, it isn't the Chess King. Kyle smiled at the man and executed an exaggerated bow. I see you've escaped the castle to take a leisurely walk as usual. I suppose I should expect nothing less from the ruler of the land. Haha, you haven't changed. I can see that my cat hasn't learned how to properly address his master. The young man named Kyle, called the Chess King, smiled, seemingly unfazed by the patronizing greeting. However, the Chess King lightly stroked his chin with a fingertip and narrowed his eyes in amusement. If she's with the Cheshire Cat, then this young lady must be Alice. The Chess King moved his gray eyes to me and smiled softly. Preview. Hey, it's Al. This is my first preview. I hope I do okay. Talk about being nervous. Oh, you know, I was accompanying Alice on the Queen's orders. And then, you wouldn't believe who I ran into. Apparently, the Chess King wants to talk to Kyle. I wonder what it's about. I have absolutely no idea. But while we're waiting, I think I'll take a look around the Chess Kingdom with Alice. There's so much to see in Chess Kingdom, I doubt we'll be bored. But the City of Sorrow might be a bit scary. Alice. Alice? Is that me? I heard a soft voice and turned in that direction. When I passed a deserted alley, I noticed a shadow. It was Kyle and Owen. Apparently this was where they were holding their conversation. I see, so she's more stubborn than she looks. As he said this, I thought I saw him cast a glance my way. I instinctively hid in the building's shadow. I suddenly heard the growling of an animal. An animal that I had never seen before emerged slowly from a nearby corpse. Is this what Kyle meant when he mentioned a dangerous beast that attacks humans? If I recall, he called it a bandersnatch. Oh, it's almost time. I have to wrap this up. Okay, try turning on to the next page. I'll be right alongside you. You unlocked Honey Slot. Alright. I'm gonna try the Honey Slot. Moon, yellow purse, receiving box. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, so that ends chapter 4. Ooh, I'm really curious where this is going. It's kind of like a mystery novel in a way. So, yeah, I will continue on to chapter 5 later, and I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.